Hey, what's up, guys? It's Chris with DreamBody. I was supposed to get this out like 2 weeks ago, right after the mastermind, and we just got slammed and been running. So now I'm getting it. Anyway, it's how DreamBody Fitness do internal play mastery and team development. So we'll just jump right in. All right, our keys to a good internal play. Should say amazing internal play, since we seem to sell out every last one. Uh, have your team 100% bought into your vision as well as your members, and also have your team 100% bought into your members. Okay, invincible culture. It really helps to make your internal plays outstanding. Model how Alex has created his plays for us. Big Booty Boot Camp. The copy, the structure, everything I create that's our own, I always model Alex's stuff because his shit works. We all know it works, so why not just model that? We do a 2-week promotional cycle just as Alex instructs. Always make it a bring a friend type play. This isn't something that Alex says, but we make every single internal play a bring a friend. So we incentivize, usually we charge $199 or $149. Usually $149 for 4 weeks, $199 for 6, and if you bring a friend, that brings it down to 99 bucks, and so, a friend that's not a member. And so we always get tons and tons of referrals, which we usually sell at about 80% or 90% into memberships after the internal play is complete. Make your ad copy outstanding. This is something I'm still learning. But I got a book called Outrageous Advertising by Bill Glazer. A lot of it's a lot what Alex, how he speaks and how Layla speaks through the emails and stuff. And so pick up that book, Outrageous Advertising, Bill Glazer. It's awesome. We do 4 to 6 emails over the course of the 2 weeks, 4 to 6 Scipio texts, 4 to 6 social media posts with pictures. The call to action is always to text the Scipio number, your name, and whatever code you come up with. So we just did our spring break and sold 54 in 10 days. And the code for that was SPGBRK, like spring break, and their name. And it was just awesome. We don't have them email us. We don't have them do a sign-up sheet. All the call to actions to Scipio. When doing social media posts, we tag the entire team with each post, and we also tag those members or friends who wouldn't mind, like our raving fans. And so I tag a shitload of people to get the word out. I post to all of our groups and our pages, and in between the 4 to 6 social media posts and Scipio texts and emails, me and my staff and my wife and everybody and members are constantly sharing the Facebook post in between those days, so they see something is happening every day, not just when those call to actions go out. Post to all the groups pages. That's what I said. You can do a boosted post. We don't always do this, but it does work. We'll do a boosted post for the 2 weeks that it's out there. I may create like a special separate thing that's not going out that has a really strong call to action and some good copy, and then boost that to get people in. We don't do it every time because we just don't. Share your posts each day and have staff do this as well, like I said. Announce before and after each class with enthusiasm. You know, your trainers got to be just as excited about getting people into those as we are, and we don't incentivize our trainers to get people signed up. We don't pay them for that. Our internal plays it all goes to the gym. If the trainers do ever express that they want to be involved, then we will provide that. But right now they're so bought into the culture, they don't give a shit. They just share it. And we also provide Scipio number for people to text instead of a sign-up sheet. It just worked better than us, so better for us. So we still have a sheet in the gym or a mini poster that the trainers can point to and say, hey, here's the details, here's how you get started, check it out, guys. So everyone just comes in, they look how to do it, they text Scipio, and they're in. It's super easy. And then as our friend Dean Trinklin would say, don't be a dick. Hope I said your name right, Dean. Sorry. And then I always like to say, treat your staff better than your members and treat your members better than your family. Because they're the ones that are making the people fall in love with you along with you, fall in love with your gym. So yeah, these are the key points to have a killer internal play. And then the rest of this presentation, I'm just going to skim over and you can read it because I'll post it. But it's basically on how we create our strong culture within our gym. So why do our internal plays work? Constant and dramatic praise and celebration of our staff and members. This should say staff and members because we are constantly praising our staff, telling them how proud that we are of them, telling them how grateful we are that they represent us in such a positive and dynamic way. We do this with our members. We're constantly highlighting PRs, weight loss goals, any wins that our members express to us. We make a big ass deal of it. I don't care if somebody just drank their water for today, we post about it because for a lot of people, these little wins, these little things they're implementing in their life that we take for granted are huge steps for them. And so we got to make it known to everybody, right? Everyone is involved in the right way. I'll get into that a little bit further down, but basically means I only give jobs to people. I only give the jobs that people enjoy. Okay. So our trainers don't want to be salespeople. And so I don't have them sell at all. I don't have them do referral mining calls or anything like that. They just train and that's what they love to do. And that's what I want them doing. We develop our team first. What I mean is we make sure our team is rock solid before we implement new things. We make sure that they know what's going on before we just throw shit out there. We give them what they ask for. So the members, when we did Big Booty Boot Camp, all of our guy members were butthurt because they didn't get their own. So I created Buy Some, Try Some. So just listen to your members and have your trainers listen to your members and see what they want and then give it to them. Right? Cool. Create unbridled loyalty, include team in your vision and give them a place in it. And like I said, we also include the members in our vision. Our vision it summed up is to have 1,000 active members changing their lives within DreamBody. And so we have a hashtag that says Road to Changing 1,000 Lives. And this has been something that everybody's jumped on. All of our staff uses the hashtag when sharing videos and stuff like that. Plus your client-centric mission. Everyone should be involved in that. You should read it to your team. You should read it to your members. You want the members bought into your vision because they will want to help you grow. And all of our members want to help us grow. And then we follow the trainings Alex gives. Like that should be a no-brainer. But this guy, Alex and Layla have done so much to help us, and I trust 1,000% what they say. I don't question them at all because what they give us is gold. And so we follow their trainings just how they line them out. The best staff in the world. This is another thing that's going to help with your internal plays, obviously. We always hire from within. It works for us. I know some people don't think it really works, but we do. Every single staff member, from our sales manager, retention manager, to all the trainers, have been members. And it just works. They know the culture. They were brought up in the culture. They love us, and they love what the gym has provided. And so it just makes sense. We always have everyone take the DISC test before we hire them. And like Alex and Layla have pointed out, the DISC test is not an end-all be-all, and you shouldn't stake every hire on it. But what it does for us is it helps us pinpoint strengths and weaknesses and where to put people and how to engage them more than like, oh, well, this person's at SC, they're not good for sales. Well, we don't know that. They may be amazing at sales. But it does help us kind of guide how we engage with them. One of the biggest aspects that we implemented was the 5 love languages. We have every person on staff take the 5 love language test, and This is so phenomenal in how it helps you communicate with your team and incentivize your team. We have a trainer, Quincy, who scored a 0 on gifts. And so when I give other trainers gift cards, I totally don't give it to him. I'll give him a handwritten card or a hug when I see him, and that just fills him up, to where I'm not spending a bunch of money incentivizing our trainers. Uh, One other thing I look for in the DISC test is under the value scores, I always look for a low economic score, because that means they're not money driven, and so you don't have to waste a bunch of money on bonuses. You don't have to worry about anyone leaving because they're not getting paid enough. I mean, you should be paying a decent wage anyway, but anyway, look at the value scores. Those are a big deal. Those are probably more important than the DISC scores. Give them work they love to do that keeps their energy up. So each staff member, they only do what we've lined out for them. We follow the 4Rs about 80% that Alex lined out. But like I said, I don't have trainers do any sales stuff or referral mining or sign up incentives because they don't want to, and I don't want them to if they don't want to. We have a sales manager for that, and that's what he does. And what else? Show your loyalty to them and always have their back. We have this Marsha Watt story. This was a woman who signed up for a 6-week challenge, and within the first 3 days we got a text from her, and it was our first ever text like this, and she was just completely unhappy and told us we misrepresented our program and the trainers were not helping her, and she felt alone in class and she felt isolated, and everything she was saying just flew in the face of everything we hear from everybody else in our gym. So we knew something was fishy, but we took it to the trainers, and instead of approaching them in an accusatory manner, we just said, hey guys, this sounds out of the ballpark. Please give us some insight and feedback on this and how we can handle this. And of course, the feedback we got from our trainers was completely opposite of what this gal said. She was only one of 3 in the class for the past 3 days, so she was not forgotten. Every time they approached her to ask her if she needed help, she said no, she wasn't engaging. And so we went back to her very graciously and apologized emphatically, and told her that we spoke to our trainers and made sure that it would never happen again. But instead of trying to keep her, we offered her a full refund and said, thank you for trying us out. We just don't think we're the right fit. And I can post the whole conversation, but in the end, by acting graciously, she ended up apologizing and said that she feels like an asshole for even mentioning it, but she thanked us for the refund, and she told us this just wasn't her gig, which was fine. The big payoff though was a couple months later, we were doing 6-week challenge orientations, and she sent us a referral. So it always pays to let everyone go graciously, no matter what dicks they are to you or your staff. We always handle it with the Roadhouse. Be nice. Always be nice until it's time not to be nice. But we haven't reached that point. So next I'm going to go over kind of our staff duties. These are just little extra things, and so I'm not going to go over them. You guys can just read through them. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. But here's our duties. We always follow Alex's 4Rs. Then I just listed some other things we do. Trainer duties. Alex doesn't have a 4Rs for a head coach, but he gives us a template on how to create the 4Rs. So we're creating ours right now, but our head coach writes all the programming, writes the member of the week, manages the trainers, ensures education is being done, performs most personal training. So education, we have our trainers do one fitness nutrition article a week and report on it, one personal development book a month and report on it, and then they have to get one new certification every year. And so he ensures that all that happens. He does equipment maintenance, inventory management, and cleaning inventory management, plus a bunch of other stuff that I added since I made this up. Retention manager duties, Alex's 4Rs. Sales manager duties, Alex's 4Rs, plus some other things that we added. our challenge accountability coach. So we have a couple that does all of our 6-week HTP and internal challenge accountability. And they manage all accountability texts and calls, manages Facebook group for challengers, posts inspirational posts weekly in the groups, actively engaged in comments, updates Google Sheets with all the challenger data and weigh-in data, and it's all traded for membership. The gal that does it and her boyfriend, she was one of our very first 6-week challenge signups back in April of 2017, and we actually sponsored her because her husband just died. She was only 26 and had no money, 3 little kids, so we decided to sponsor her, and since then she's lost 70 pounds. She's our #1 raving fan. She pays the membership price now. She doesn't now because we trade it, but she was paying it even though we sponsored her. It was one of those rare occurrences where you sponsor somebody and it really pays off. So yeah, anyway, she takes care of all of that in trade for a membership. Takes the headache off of our trainers. They hated doing the weekly texts, and so she loves it. In conclusion, like I said, treat your members better than your staff, or treat your staff better than your members, and then treat your members better than your family. Include everyone in your vision and give them a place in it. Anyway, guys, I hope this helps. I'm looking forward to doing a training on the spring break internal play that we made this week sometime. So look forward to that. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Thanks.